This week, I had the incredible opportunity to attend the Experts Meet Experts event in the vibrant city of Warsaw, hosted by TCL. This exciting gathering spanned several days and attracted many TV reviewers from all over Europe. We were there to get an exclusive first look at TCL's 2024 TV lineup, highlighted by the event's dazzling showstopper, the colossal 115-inch X955 Max. The presentation was led by Marek Maciejewski, Product Development Director Europe, who talked in great detail about the status of the TV market, updates related to TCL CSOT panel production technologies and capabilities, the future of displays, as well as going in detail about picture processing flow and changes in audio and smart TV aspects. Here are some of the clips from the presentation.
So what happened on the market last year, you can see here, there are a lot of changes and you see that the market ended up at 30 million. If you look from each country perspective, so for example France, 3.6 million, Germany 4.1 million, so markets generally go down in Europe, but from the perspective of the structure, you see that many markets are almost smart TV, so there are no not connected products. How we expect markets to evolve and what happened over past years, you see here that we had this COVID explosion in many markets, even up to 30% versus 2019 to 2020, and later on this volume was going down, and for 24 we expect generally market to stabilize or be -1%. 11. So 8.5, we talk about 5.5 square meters, in generation 11, 9.9 square meters of the glass. So we show that IGB printed OLED can be shaped in any direction, so can be curved but can be also dome shaped. We also see that the next step for panels are automotive industry. You see more and more screens in cars, and not only dashboard but also screen in front of passenger, screens for rear seats, or just OLED screen here to control settings in the car. And we don't forget about LCD panel, so we call this HVA technology, and then we continue to improve viewing angle, we continue to improve the size of the bezel. So on this side you see that we use streaming, we use set-top boxes with HDMI, but another thing which is becoming more and more interesting is on HDR content, because until now you had your photos and videos as SDR in your mobile phones, but with Apple right now and then with Android also, you can have it in HDR, and even today it is over AirPlay 2 possible to display your HDR on content on the TV screen in Dolby Vision. Then major pillars of premium TV for us are here. So we always talk about clarity. Clarity is more right now focused on neural processing units because we have deep learning AI to address upscaling and a lot of quality issues with the signal. Then contrast and brightness, so here mini LED solves the problem. Quantum dot technology address colors, and then high refresh rate panels, and then anti-reflection coating, so then to absorb everything, what the light which comes to the screen. From clarity perspective, we have four major areas. On the one side, what many of you were focused in the past is gradation, so smooth gradients. So finally it is solved, but I will also come later to this test pattern to show you more details about it. Then, as contrast comes to TVs, very compressed. So we talk about artifacts-free OTT and DVD. Here we use the Mosquito or the Contour solutions to solve it. Upscaling, which is right now mainly driven by AI and rebuilding of the picture. and then separation of objects from the front and the back, and creating the feeling of the depth. As we talk about this evolution of AI in TVs, you see that upscaling in the past was just upscaling and was not very sharp. And then with addition of first machine learning, then deep learning for edges, deep learning also for generation of details. And then later on, as you can see on this slide, we expect that many areas will be addressed by AI. As even today it is already possible, but with offline solutions. In TVs, we don't have so much power as you can have it in your PC right now, but as the power will continue to grow, so you will see that from algorithmic, generally we go to deep learning AI to resolve the noise, the interlacing, upscaling, and the motion interpolation. How we create mini LED TVs and what are the major parts you see here. We start from processing that we have backlight. Right now the backlight is, each LED is its own zone. So we don't put LEDs together into one, into let's say zones like 4 or 10 in the past. Then we have the fusion, because we cannot just put this light directly on the screen, so we have to make it more blurry. And then we have quantum dot enhancement film that we create white light from the blue light, because we generate it with quantum dots. Then we ensure that all the brightness we generated goes to the screen, and then anti-reflection coating. So, from the contrast perspective, we have brightness in our products. In this 115-inch, we have 20,000 736 dimming zones. You will be able to count them just behind looking on the demo. By putting the backlight very close to the screen, we finally resolve also halo effect. And we don't need any specific algorithms for it. And then there is also no motion tray for fast-moving objects. You should also, I think, know this pattern from spheres. And with especially mini LED and with quantum dot backlight, this reaction is very fast. We had a lot of changes also in the way how we drive and create the light. So last year we were still using dual chip, so then there were two sources of the light, and there was always, it was challenging for light distribution. Right now we switch most of the products to single chip and also 6PN junctions. 6PN means that there are 6 LEDs inside this place, because each PN junction generates the light. Then uniformity. During production we ensure that uniformity correction is done. There is camera which is taking the picture for it and then correcting. Lenses for light distribution, the way how we drive to have liner light. And as you see, comparing to OLED, another story, there is no auto dimming, there is no retention. But if you look on full array local dimming products, so we have also here, we can go from 100 dimming zones, then down up to 20,000 dimming zones here. And in this product, each dimming zone is responsible only for 400 pixels. Whereas in product, which is the first with full array local dimming, it is, as you see, 65,000 to 100,000 pixels which are driven. If we have 3 centimeters or space behind the screen, we have to use the circle algorithm that, in fact, the zone which is here is connected with other zones just to prevent blooming. But as I said, we come closer, we don't need the circle algorithm, and then we can very precisely drive it. And you will see it on Fireworks demo on this 115-inch, how it works, because we have it without the screen, especially for you.
When talking about calibration, Marek invited Marcel Gonska, VP of Sales and Marketing at Portrait Displays, to talk more about calibration as a service as well as the automatic calibration for TCL TVs, which started in January this year for selected 2023 models and will continue for new models as well. In the next part of the presentation, we saw other models in screen sizes ranging from 43 up to 115 inches, a prototype of TCL's Lifestyle TV with exchangeable frames and matching soundbar, as well as new TCL gaming monitors. The team prepared interesting demos, with the most engaging one being mini LED backlight comparison of roughly 2000, 5000 and 20,000 dimming zones. Take a look.
So how we can show you all the differences in terms of dimming zones, so we use fireworks. Here you have reference screen which is 55 inch, so we drive all the products with the same signal. There is no LCD screen. The LCD screen is removed. We have polycarbonate with 95% dimming film, because if we don't use this dimming film, so then you won't be able to see anything. Just this blue is so powerful that would make the holes in your retinas. So that's why we have this additional screen. So this one is 75 C855 with 2160 dimming zones and the same number of LEDs. You see how it works, and then how this content from this reference screen is displayed. Then we do next step. We more than double number of zones. We have 5,184 zones here. So this is 85 X955, and simply you can compare that. More details we can show, and then we can better drive the light. And then we do the final step, and we go to 20,736 zones. So we simply multiply by 2. Here we have 54 times 96, and we have 108 times 192. So the difference is visible immediately, because we can drive very precisely, and really we can go to the peaks, because if we go too much to the peaks on this one, so then we have to play with the blooming, because still the blooming in fireworks can be visible. But in this one, we have so many zones that we can also show HDR and then speculars inside the fireworks. So these TV sets, these two are based one-to-one on European mass production products. This is the prototype we have from China, because if we disassemble the one you have seen, so then I don't think we would meet in this hotel due to the cost of this TV set. But anyway, we did our best before the event to have this kind of demonstration for you and let you see how this discrete more than 20,000 zones work, and then how really it is visible, because it's not an animation. You can come very close and also count these LEDs, and this is safe for you because only 5% of the light is going through.
We also saw a comparison of the cheapest Netflix option with 720p SDR content versus Netflix Dolby Vision UHD with the same content, to show how AI upscaling and picture processing work, and how current AI doesn't know what to improve in case of highly compressed content. There was also a good demonstration of our perception of colors and HDR brightness, as different scenes were shown and after analyzed in terms of color gamut coverage and HDR peak brightness. During the remaining time, we were allowed to test the TVs in any way we wanted, by playing test content, doing measurements, or simply watching the content from various sources. It was also interesting to see the wall mounting instructions for TVs from 98 to 115 inches, and how only 2 metal brackets are needed for flush to the wall mounting. Just like during my visit to the TCL factory in 2020, this year I found the event to be unlike any other due to the amount of information shared and objective and open discussions. Sure, Mini LED was highlighted as a better technology than OLED, but the arguments were not limited only to full screen brightness or image retention. Different factors were taken into consideration. As I was sitting in front of the flagship model, In the quick test I didn't see major flaws or something that would be distracting, other than the fact that local dimming again activates global dimming, just like on C745 and C805 models I tested before. In addition to this, as every TCL TV has a VA LCD panel, viewing angles remain narrow, so for the best experience and to avoid elevated bluish blacks, you are still required to see directly in front of the screen. I still need to decide which TV from TCL 2024 lineup to test, perhaps C655 Pro or C855. Let me know in the comments which one would you like to see. Big thanks to TCL for inviting me to this event and for giving me a chance to meet fellow reviewers. If you have any questions about TCL 2024 TVs or monitors, please write a comment or send me an email. Thanks for watching.